Hi, I'm Rebecca from Yarn Barn, and today we're going to talk about the Clover bamboo knitting needles. We carry several options in circular knitting needles from Clover. We have 9-inch, 16-inch, 24, and 29-inch. And they all have a little bit of different features, so I'm going to cover what some of them are. With the smallest circumference, 9-inch, we have from sizes US 0, 2 millimeter to US 8, 5 millimeter, and these are very little. They're good for like sleeves on baby clothes. You can do socks on just a single circular on this, or anything else that you would just need a very small circumference. As you can see, the needles are very short. I have our sample set out here. They are, especially the small sizes, akin to toothpicks. The joins do have a bend though, which is good for this small circumference so that it retains a circle shape while you're knitting and it's a little easier on your hands. But a lot of people like these for like sleeves of baby sweaters, socks, and other small circumference knitting. So all of the 9-inch ones have a metal bend join, which some of the other sizes don't have. So if you haven't used the 9-inch ones before, just be prepared to see this on every single size. Some of the others only have it on certain sizes, but this join works better when your needle tips are just like half of a thumb's length. In the standard ones that you've probably seen at craft stores, and you probably have some in your own collection, we have 16-inch, 24-inch, and 29-inch. The 16-inch, I brought up 3 of the ones off of our shelf from them. These are the smallest circumference ones we have. They go from a US 0, 2 millimeter to a US 2, 2.75 millimeter. These all have a metal join. Again, it's kind of like with the 9-inch circulars, it's a very small circumference it's going to, and the metal, it just makes it easier to attach the nylon cord to the bamboo. Once you go to the US 3, 3.25 millimeter, they switch over to just having a nylon attached directly to the bamboo. So if you're doing anything but like very fine weight stuff, most of them have this sort of join. And the join, it does have like a taper from the end of your bamboo needle to the cord, and it's a thicker nylon cord. These are excellent for beginners. We recommend these for people starting to knit because if you feel the texture around, you can feel the texture of the bamboo. That's really good when you're learning because it holds your stitches on a little. When you don't know what you're doing, the stitches slip off. Occasionally people have very tight tension when they start, and they are better suited for a different needle, but they still learn really well on this because it's a stable learning environment. Bamboo is eco-friendly because it grows very quickly. It's like grass in the United States where they cut it all the time and it grows right back. So it's an excellent source of knitting needles if you're looking for something eco-friendly. These are made in Japan and distributed here in the US. And we really like these as a good basic needle if you're looking for something to make things with. With the 3 circumferences we carry, the 16-inch is great for hats. The 4 circumferences we carry, 9 inches are good for like baby sweater sleeves or legs and socks. 16 inches is more like a hat size, and then the 24 and 29-inch are going to be where you get into more like clothing and larger knit objects. You can also knit like a flat blanket on one of these, and you would have 29 inches in the middle to hold all the blanket stitches. Bamboo is a warmer to the touch fiber, so a lot of people with like arthritis and maybe joint issues in their hands will find it easier because it's not a cold feeling metal. It also, even if you're an experienced knitter, it's helpful for knitting more slippery fibers like plant fibers like cottons, bamboo yarns that are generally quite slick or tensile, and sometimes silks. That this helps so they don't just slide off your needle. So even if you have been around the block a few times with knitting, you might still like these for certain projects. Thanks for joining us as we learned about the Clover bamboo needles. They're the ones we suggest for beginners because they are a low price point and easy to find and use and have a good amount of grip, which is perfect when you're just trying to learn how to make the stitch.